During his long life, Shelley Tortuga made several stunning discoveries. Many of the most extreme advancements had been made after constructing his immense and impenetrable R&D laboratory, the Shell. Shell Corp had tried to keep the plans a secret, but they were eventually uncovered. This was due to the strange, years-long site search conducted by Shelley, seeming to settle for no less than an absolutely perfect location. His quest was anything but subtle by its completion. Once finished, Shelley rarely emerged from the shell. There was much speculation on his near disappearance. As more time passed between his sightings, so too did he pass from the thoughts of many Nanotopians, until he eventually passed away physically with far less fanfare than he was due. His animal armour turned into a statue in front of the shell, with the corporation passed down to Shelley's adult son, Sheldon M. Tortuga Jr., things carried on without a hitch. The automatons created by Shell Corp continued to improve, and most importantly to farm, fueled by the unheralded work of Shell Corp's reptilian workers. The Thornians continued to thrive, their ways changing very little with the world around them. Ultra Anima remained the focus of almost every citizen. From babies to gentlemen, generations were still enthralled by the contest. Albert had raced longer than any other Thornian in history. His focus on greatness had been his only care, spending the majority of his life at or near the top of the standings. Cemented in history, his memory would live on forever. The Nanotopian world carried on this way for a century, the veil of the utopian existence slipping by the year. In that 100 years, a schism had noticeably been driven between the Thornians and the other inhabitants of Nanotopia. The prosperity and bountiful harvest began to slowly wane. The non-Thornians began filling with discontent at their rank in the society, feeling as though they had spent their lives providing while the Thornians benefited, living lives starkly contrasted in health, wealth and happiness. One of the extreme exceptions was Shelley Tortuga Jr., living an extraordinary life for someone with a tortoise for their totem, just like his father. And just like his father, Shelley Jr. spent his life creating amazing inventions and continuing to revolutionise the society, with Shell Corp having amassed even more power by the end of his death. Though he had lived to such an advanced age that some had joked that he had invented a way to have the same lifespan as his totem. Shelley Jr. had lived a philanthropic life just like his namesake, seemingly admired by all, family, friends, employees and citizens. Though great with charity, he was not great with wives. However, Shelley Jr. did have 3 sons, quite different in age. Albert Tortuga was the eldest son from his first marriage. Albert also had 2 half-brothers, Steve J. Tortuga and Sheldon M. Tortuga III. Albert dying tragically in a reported accident inside the shell soon after taking over leadership of the company. The leadership torch of Shell Corp was then passed to Steve. He tried hard to follow in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. His younger brother, who had been referred to as Little Shelley while growing up, was very different. He had longed to transcend his place in the world, even attempting to race in Ultra Anima after his father had bought him entrance into a qualifying race. Little Shelley had grown into a resentful man, believing that his family should be using the power of Shell Corp to take leadership of Nanotopia. For this reason, insisting on being called by his middle name, Mark.